I'm joking. No, Lily, this is your seat. I'll take it. You got it?
Slide over. We're supposed to be on the House floor in 15 minutes. All right, looks like we got a few on the wall over there. 3 outlaws and 1 House member. Okay, Mr. Anavitardi. You're up. What's your bill number?
I'm going to be quick. Senate Bill 32, Alyssa's Law, great bill, school security bill. It's not on the list, but also Senate Bill 112 that passed out of Representative Martin's committee. I want to thank him for his collaboration and the other members for getting a great workforce bill done. Chairman Knight, the Pro Tem, and Representative Stevens and the rest of the committee. Those are my only 2 asks, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. I don't see any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Robertson.
Since Senator Anavitardi thanked his House member, I'd like to thank my state rep for all the hard work he does too. And with that said, I have 4 bills, Mr. Chairman. SB 92 is a prosecutorial qualification bill. SB 63 is a continuation of bail bond reforms, and SB 36 is amendment of pimping and pandering statutes that passed out of judicial yesterday with bipartisan support. And on the list is SB 159. That
Okay, hold on
prevents
one second.
self-interest.
One second. We got a question. Mr. Park, which one do you have a question on?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have questions for SB 63 and SB 92. Senator Robertson, on SB 63, is it not true this bill would make non-violent felonies bail restricted, including the possession of marijuana, which would roll back some of the bipartisan criminal justice reforms that we made under the previous governor?
I think the representative is free to interpret it any way he wants to. I think what I do is there are some of those non-violent felonies that you're speaking of that do leave victims of crimes living and working within our community trying to recover. It does increase or does require that individuals that are charged with some of those crimes would have to post a bond in order to get out on some on the first offense, some on subsequent offenses. They would be able to get a OR bond or a signature bond on the first offense, but offenses beyond that, they would have to post bond.
And if I may, on Senate Bill 92.
Yes, sir.
Okay, one thing. None of these bills are in your folders, so no one can find them to ask a question. These were all passed out yesterday, so we'll hold off on these except for those that are already in the folder.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and SB 159, the last one you heard the other day, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Steele, when did your bill pass out?
Yesterday morning, sir.
Okay. Is it in there?
SB 145?
Okay, it's not on there. You'll have to come back Monday morning.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
it is in the book, so okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Go ahead. SB 145 has picked up a few friends along the way. Section 1 is a de-annexation bill, HB 374 by Representative Brad Thomas. This is a de-annexation passed House earlier this month. It has to do with corporate limits specifically related to a small area of Cobb County. The amended language has been approved by GMA and ACCG. Part 2, Section 2 is the original SB 145 Leaf Blower Act. Part 3, Section 3 is House Bill 1405. That was by Representatives Shay Roberts, Matt Reeves. This pertains to cities and counties asked to clean up this bill from last year. All interested parties are in support. Part 4 by Representative Stephen Sands. This is House Bill 206, is the CPACE lending program for capital improvements. Part 5, Section 5 had to do with Representative Victor Anderson and the preemption on gas appliances. Happy to answer
Okay.
any questions.
I think if you, for those of you who have your lights blinking, I'm not going to take any more questions because what you're looking at, you can observe on his lapel pin. We're lighting up a bill here, so a Christmas tree, that's what the lapel pin is. Thank you, sir. Mr.
Thank you,
Meeks.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Resolution 488 came out of committee yesterday. It's the resolution that reauthorizes the Rural Development Council for the current biennium.
What resolution is that?
House Resolution 488, it came out of committee yesterday, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Okay. Any questions? All right, seeing
Thank you,
none,
Mr.
thank you. We've got 3 or 4 little amendments to do. Leader Frustration, he has Senate Bill 73.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So on the desk is a committee substitute to Senate Bill 73. This substitute only removes the language which would require that a defense be raised only to the trier of fact. So the implications of the bill as passed out of committee would require a defense must be raised effectively to the jury, the trier of fact. This would allow the defense to be considered potentially by a judge, as is typically handled with similar types of defenses. Ask for the committee's favorable consideration.
Any questions of the sponsor? Seeing none, I hear move, we accept.
Move.
Okay, it's substitute for Senate Bill 73.
Thank you, Chairman. It's LC 491462S.
Okay, LC 491462S, okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, that substitute passed. Okay. Who has 199? Mr. Hawkins.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is now LC 540251S. There was a Scribner's error that we found after it hit the floor that was not in our committee bill. It came out with the year 25 on line 26, but somehow it was recorded as 24 in our book. So now this corrects it and it goes back to 25.
Okay,
That's all
just
it is.
change, all it does is change the date.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept? Okay, got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, it passed. Senate Bill Substitute LC 540251S. Okay, who has 158? Me. Okay. Oh, you got one too, don't you? No. You got one too? You have one? Okay. All right. If you'll remember this morning, I got up and I sent 2 bills back to committee. And I want to tell you why, and I've got a prepared statement here I'd like to read for you. And then I'll tell you why we're going to do it. It said, our House Rules Committee has taken note that our friends on the Senate side stripped out House Bill 237 by Representative Lisa Hagan over her objection. In its original form, House Bill 237 designated Southeast Georgia Soapbox Derby as the official soapbox derby of the state of Georgia. It passed the House unanimously. Set aside the collective wisdom of the entire House, the Senate took it upon themselves to sacrifice a soapbox derby designation for an unrelated measure. So today we're defending one of our members and a bill she worked hard to pass for her community, and one that won unanimous approval by the House. We will strip out Senate Bill 158. Remember, that's one I sent back this morning, and substitute the language of the original House Bill 237 into it. There are a few things more American than a soapbox derby, and it's going to keep that tradition alive. I encourage our friends in the Senate to join with us in this effort. For those of y'all who don't know, y'all need to look up soapbox derby and look up a young man named Dunn, excuse me. He's from Thomasville, came over to Columbus and got in the soapbox derby, and because his uncle asked him to. He was 11 years old. He built his own soapbox derby car, $10. And the term they used for it was a contraption. He won in Columbus, then went to Ohio, where they have the national championship, and he won up there too. What's the little thing that the Georgia Tech uses, the Ramblin' Wreck? That's what he was called, the Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia. Because when he crossed the finish line, his little cart got totaled, and he had blood coming out of his chest, but he won. So if there's anything more American than soapbox derbies, it's going to be hard pressed to find. And I move that we substitute House Bill 237 into Senate Bill 158. Do I hear a move? Move in a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. It's on. Okay, let me give you the calendar for the supplemental calendar today. Okay. Senate Bill 26, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 60, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 66, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 73, Rule Substitute LC 491462S, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 74, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 106, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 164, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 215, do I hear a move? It's on. Senate Bill 199, Rule Substitute LC 540251S. Do I hear a move? Got a move in a second. It's on. Senate Bill 158, Rule Substitute LC 5203195S. Do I hear a move? Move in a second. It's on. Senate Bill 220. Do I hear a move? It's on. SR 214. Do I hear a move? Move. It's on. Well, let's run through them one more time to give you the chance to be sure I got them right. SB 26, SB 60, SB 66, SB 73 by rule substitute, SB 74, SB 106, SB 164, SB 215, SB 199 by rule substitute, SB 158 by rule substitute, SB 220 by rule substitute, and S220, and then SR 214. That's the supplemental calendar. Yes, sir. Hold on. Push your button.
220, have we seen that? I just want to make sure I got the right.
Seen what?
220 or in the book?
Yeah, Mr. Whit Burchett did it this morning.
Okay, yes, sir, thank you.
Okay, that's the supplemental calendar for today, and the only time I see y'all again today is on the House floor. I love y'all, but I don't want to see you again in here. So y'all have a good one. See you on the House floor.